seated. Hello. I'd like to welcome you all, family, friends, our biggest fans, faculty, staff, administration, board members, and anyone else here present this evening to the Brashier Middle College Charter High School's graduation ceremony for the class of 2014. I'd also like to welcome you to one of the Brashier family's biggest celebrations, and I'd lastly like to thank Brookwood for hosting us this evening. The quote that was selected to encompass this evening is, "How lucky are we to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard," said by A.A. Milne, the Winnie the Pooh guy. I'd like to use my time here at the podium not just to welcome you, but to also talk about the first few words of this quote. How lucky are we? The people cheering us on tonight and showing their support are part of the reason why we are so lucky. The people we saw every morning in our black and khaki are part of the reason why we are so lucky. And my fellow graduates, or soon-to-be graduates, I guess, we are all part of the reason why we are so lucky. We've always been told to pay it forward. It's a relatively simple idea. Don't let kindness, compassion, or hard work end with you. Loved ones, simply by being here, you've supported us beyond measure. Parents, you've wiped our tears, helped us with projects that seemed like they wouldn't end until every glue stick in the universe was dried up. You've listened to us complain, you've defended us, and you've been our fans when it seemed like we had none. Friends, you have given us a reason to smile. You've made us laugh, you've made light of heavy situations, and you've given us great advice. Teachers, you're more than just our teachers. You too are our friends, you're our mentors, our counselors, and you pulled for us since day one when we walked in as meek freshmen. Administration, you've made it possible for us to be here. You sacrificed a lot of time behind the scenes for us to walk across this stage that you'll probably not be thanked for or have acknowledged. As we approach turning the next page in our life stories, writing Act 2, if you will, we cannot thank you enough for paying it forward to us. We cannot thank you enough for fostering our growth as we all become individuals. However, that's not who we all have to thank. We have to thank Brashier, our second home. Like most homes, sometimes frustrating, I'm looking at senior project, our rivals, freshman seminar, and despite these frustrations, Brashier has paid itself forward to us with the pristine education we've received, our fantastic skills of accessorizing black polos, the memories of Spirit Week and Yearbook Day, and lastly, with the people that we've met and that have guided our self-growth and kept us going so we could reach this moment, our graduation from high school. In total, to those who are here today and to Brashier as a whole, we cannot possibly thank you enough. We cannot thank you enough for each smile, each laugh, each cry, and the comfort and joy each of these memories will bring as we look upon a photograph or we get into a sentimental mood. We cannot thank you with words because we are so lucky. So let's do the thanking with our actions. Let's never stop roaring. Let's never stop working hard until it is finally paid off. Let's help each other out. Let's dry each other's tears. Let's keep in touch, and let's pay it forward. Because as we move forward, the less we'll rely on our fans and supporters, but more on ourselves and each other. 94 brothers and sisters strong. And as we move forward in our lives, we will become the supporters. We will be the ones waiting to see our support being paid forward. So, with tear-filled eyes behind us and anxious eyes looking towards the future, let's reflect on how lucky we are. But not too much, because we have to get this show on the road and we have a story to continue. We started a chapter together on August 7th, 2010, reluctant and separated. Now let us close it May 29th, 2014, united with one common bond, the love of one another as members of the class of 2014, and each other as members of the Brashier family. I now welcome you to the graduation ceremony of Brashier Middle College Charter High School's class of 2014, and I invite you to help us get this party started.
Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. And gentlemen, please remove your caps. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the invocation.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. As we gather here tonight to commemorate our success through high school, we are thankful to you, our Lord, for all the blessings that you have given us. We acknowledge that it is through you that we have arrived at this point. We thank you also for the family, friends, teachers, and mentors who have supported us throughout our lives. Make us an instrument of your love, that we may show the world love where there is hatred, truth where there is error, hope where there is despair, joy where there is sadness, faith where there is doubt. May we listen with open hearts to accept the unique vocation that you have planned for us. Bless all of us as we move on, whether university, military, workforce, or the 13th year. Help us grow and develop our talents and skills as we use them to positively affect those around us. We ask that you give these graduates throughout their lives as we live to honor you. In your name we pray. Amen. You may be seated.
In a video created for the school in 2008, one of our students defined Brashier as a school where everyone has a place. We're all part of a family. That first graduating class in 2010 had a sense of unity that I thought I would never see again. That group had pioneered a school that stands today as an example of what's right in education and an example to others that they can follow. That graduating class was special because they were the first, and that was truly their identity. But today I stand before the class of 2014, your family, your friends, the faculty, our board members and guests, and honestly say that you embody that same unity. You're a special group of students that have created a bond I may never see again. Your bond lies not in being the first graduating class. See, your bond lies in what truly makes you special is that each of you is unique and brings something special to our school. Stephen Covey said, strength lies in differences, not in similarities. And you've grown to value your differences, and you grow stronger daily because of those differences. Too often our culture singles out people or groups based on differences. Someone is discarded simply as a result of not fitting in. I look at you, 94 strong, and see a son that lost a parent. I see a first-generation graduate. I see ridiculously gifted artists, extremely skilled athletes, beautifully articulate speakers, Eagle Scouts, and scholarship recipients. I see a colorful array of talents and passions. But as you sit there in your graduation caps and gowns, I see a wonderfully woven tapestry. You, the class of 2014, are Brashier, and I will never forget you. I realized at practice Tuesday morning that I'll probably miss you like I've never missed a group of students. So let me take a few minutes to leave you with a little more wisdom before my time with you ends. I challenge you to always look for ways to serve others with your talents. You've done it for 4 years. So make it a habit and carry it forward. Booker T. Washington said, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Last Thursday, I was in the library as you left the gym following graduation practice. I saw J.J. Johnson walking up the sidewalk, and I knew that J.J. had to complete a final assignment that very morning to prepare for today. And I wanted to congratulate him for staying focused and finishing strong. And as I left the building and approached him, Chandler Mills walked up very quickly to the two of us. Chandler looked J.J. dead in the eye and said, "How'd you do?" With a huge grin, J.J. replied, "I did it." And then I saw the magic in this class at that very moment. Chandler reached out his hand, and he shook J.J.'s hand and said, "J.J., I'm proud of you." Those simple words are so powerful because they came from a peer And it truly made a difference in my heart. In the rush to leave school to go to work, or go home to sleep, or find a place to eat a late breakfast, Chandler had stopped to check on a friend and support him in a journey they had started together earlier in the years. Two young men with pride in their eyes, heading in very different directions, one to college, one to the military, but for that moment they were connected and they were brothers. And each of you has become a family. Brothers and sisters, you are the pride of Brashier. Never forget how this feels. Open your eyes and lift your hearts and lift others up as you continue on the path before you, because I guarantee it will make you stronger in the end. I love this quote from Mark Twain. He said, "The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you figure out why." Often we let others define why we are born, or we fall to circumstances and just settle for why we were born. Each of you was created for a special purpose. And today might end one chapter of your life, but something special is waiting for you. Something special is out there. Don't settle. I'm confident that you are all brought together as a group at Brashier, not on accident. You were brought together in preparation for wonderful opportunities that await each one of you. Whether it is the military, a college or university, a full-time job, whatever is waiting for you, keep your eyes open. Listen carefully and seek opportunities. Your why is still out there. Don't be afraid. Don't settle. And remember, hard work always pays off. I want to leave you with one final challenge. In an Einstein essay he wrote, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be a value." Here is one thing I know for sure. The more you try to make yourself successful and selfishly draw attention, the more success will simply slip through your fingers. Seek to be a value to your family, to your workplace, to your community, friends, church, social organizations. In all that you do, commit yourself to make a positive impact, not for the recognition, but because it's just the right thing to do. Always do the right thing, even when no one notices. Do it simply because it's right. I'm proud of you, each one of you. I hate to see you leave. I only hope that you are better because of our school. I know our school is better because of you. Thank you.
The first day of our freshman year, we sat in the gym, surrounded by strangers, and listened to Mr. Sinclair tell us that one day we would be a family. I'm not sure we believed it was possible that day, but I personally wanted nothing more. Now, 4 short years later, we have grown closer than our freshman selves ever thought possible. We have become a family. Our class has been one of the most enthusiastic and involved classes at Brashier. We truly wanted to make a difference during our short time there, and that's exactly what we did. What would Brashier be without the class of 2014? What would the soccer team be without Sierra and her 100 goals? What would the basketball teams be without Kayla and her 1,000 points? Without Marquez, Vince, Phil, and Chandler? What would the last Spirit Week game have been without Bradley as our first mascot? What would the yearbook be without Chloe and Yana? What would the newspaper be without Mary Alice, Cece, Sierra, and Jalen? What would the tutoring program be without Will? What would student council be without Jordan, Phil, and Kelly? What would the scary process of senior project have been like without each other? And in the same way, what memories would we have if it weren't for Brashier? Remember the Spirit Week games and finally winning them our final year. Remember the countless times we practiced our presentations to each other and the amazing feeling once they were over. Remember the Camp Greenville trip when we hardly knew each other's names. Remember the one and only one senior free dress day we actually earned. Remember every smiling face in the hallway, every victory, every struggle, and the family that surrounded us every step of the way. Remember that hard work pays off. And remember, when this is all over, the moment we graduated from high school surrounded by our closest friends. I want to share with you a quote by Marianne Williamson. This quote hung in front of me for 2 years in the gym where I practiced competitive cheerleading. I saw it so often that I stopped actually reading it. I found it again while preparing for today, and I knew it was too perfect not to include. She said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. We are powerful beyond measure. Brashier has shown us that. Brashier has allowed us to be great, to be better than ourselves, and we have allowed each other to do that. We have supported each other through every struggle, and we have picked each other up after every fall. We have strengthened one another, and after everything, we have watched each other succeed. After 4 years, we sit together again. That first day of freshman year, we sat as strangers, looking ahead to high school and its horrors. Today, we sit as a family, looking ahead to our futures. And because of our experience here at Brashier, because of the family that surrounds us, our futures are brighter than we could ever have imagined. We will carry a piece of everyone here with us as we move past today. Some of us may never see each other again, but we will never truly leave each other. Never lose the memories. Never stop retelling the stories of the countless great experiences here. Never forget the people around us that shaped us into who we are. And most importantly, never lose sight of the place and the people that showed us that we have the potential to become something absolutely amazing.
I know for a fact that I, as well as many of my peers, were more than ready to get out of high school. We were counting down everything: projects, classes, college exams, days, until we could finally get out of Brashier and just get on with our lives. But after college exams and senior project presentations, it seemed that our wishes of finishing high school were finally coming true. We'd be done in no time, and it would all go by so quickly. As for myself, I couldn't wait for it to pass. Like many of my other peers, I was ready to move on, to grab my diploma from Principal Sinclair, look back at everyone and say, "See ya," and move to Clemson for college. All I could think of was the future. To me, there was just no looking back. But after watching and laughing at all of the, well, embarrassing pictures in the senior video this past yearbook day, I was contemplating the memories of Brashier that resurfaced when it finally hit me. High school was practically over. All of those memories just started pouring over me, and my mood immediately changed. Instead of being excited to leave, I got sad about leaving. I even felt guilty about wanting to leave in the first place. But I knew in my heart that if it hurt that badly to leave my high school experience behind, then that experience must have been a valuable one. Thinking back, 3 things that Brashier gave us as students really stick out to me in my mind: opportunity, challenges, and friendships. I think we can all agree that Brashier gave us limitless opportunity. I mean, how many other high schoolers can say that they took college classes as a freshman? How many teenagers have the opportunity to earn their associate's degrees by age 18? I assure you, there aren't that many. Brashier gave us many other opportunities to achieve great things as well. It was just a matter of how hard we worked for them. Hard work played into another important thing that I believe Brashier gave us: challenges. For many of us, Brashier itself was a huge challenge. We all had to make an 80 to pass each class, and for the first time, a 79 was considered failing. We had to work our tails off just to pass sometimes. In addition, we were always the guinea pig class. We were the first to have freshman seminar and the first to do online senior projects. Some of us pushed ourselves even more by taking college classes. Let's just say that I'm glad I'll never have to take Spanish 102 or Math 141 ever again. These classes weren't necessary for graduation, but they took them on anyway, whether it was for the experience or to try to skip as many years of college as possible. Many of us, myself included, pursued leadership positions in Brashier's clubs and organizations, which required a tremendous amount of extra work and effort. For these reasons, and for many others, I feel that we've all come to truly understand the significance behind Principal Sinclair's catchphrase, "Hard work pays off," because it does. Though it seemed at times like our lives were consumed with the hard work we did and the challenges we faced, we were able to get through it due to our sheer camaraderie and friendship. I credit Brashier for giving me some of the closest friends that I have ever had. When I first came to Brashier, I had only met a couple of you. And I only really knew one person out of the 100+ freshmen in our class. But after that first month of high school, during which we took our first classes, as well as a memorable trip to Camp Greenville, that was no longer the case. I got to know so many of you, and we developed great friendships. Not many high school seniors can say that they've spoken to every single person in their class, but I have. We got ourselves through the good times and the bad, through school dances and senior project, and we could always rely on each other no matter what. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I was in an environment that accepted me for who I was, and I know many of you felt the same way. But now we must all leave this environment to pursue our dreams, whether they involve going to college, joining the military, or pursuing another vocation. We have to let go no matter how badly we But that being said, I want every single one of you graduating tonight, and I really want you to listen, guys. No matter how ready you are to open the next chapter of your life, to think of the positives of your high school experience, and to be grateful. So as you make sure your caps are securely on top of your heads while you're walking across the stage, and you grab your diploma from Principal Sinclair, you shake his hand, take the moment to remember all that Brashier has given you. The opportunities you took, the challenges you faced, the friendships you made, and I know y'all are good friends if you laughed at me for that. As well as what you have given to Brashier, and let it all sink in. Because this moment is one that you will want to look back on.
Graduation is a dignified celebration of your students' accomplishments for the last 12 years of school. Their accomplishments came with the support of family and friends. Therefore, we want to honor you as well as our graduates by having you stand when your student's name is called. We also want you to respect each student honored, so we ask that you refrain from clapping or cheering until every graduate has been acknowledged. We want to make sure that each family hears their graduate's name called. Mary Alice Schultz, valedictorian, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Emily Reed Pillar, salutatorian, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Dallas Ann Kennedy, graduating 3rd in the senior class, summa cum laude. Chloe Ann Shackling, graduating 4th in the senior class, summa cum laude. Stacy Louise Minton, graduating 5th in the senior class, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Abigail Butler Pierce, graduating 6th in the senior class, summa cum laude. Brittany Ann Storer, graduating 7th in the senior class, summa cum laude. William Patrick Rayleigh Jr., graduating 8th in the senior class, summa cum laude. Bradley Job Garrett, graduating 9th in the senior class, summa cum laude. Yana Dorothy Kiriakou, graduating 10th in the senior class, summa cum laude. Isaac Craig Aby, cum laude. Andrew James Anderson. Courtney Cassandra Arndt, cum laude. Jessica Paige Arnold. Avery Daniel Blash. James Aaron Bostic, cum laude. Sira Satsuki Bus. Logan Charles Bird. Madison Brooke Cannon. Jennifer Lynn Capo. Shane Francis Cassidy, magna cum laude. Noah Daniel Cederman. Celeste Rochelle Soretta. Christian Jabez Chandler. Chisholm James Clark. Colby Lee Clark. Skylar Nicole Coates. Kendall Joy Cole, magna cum laude. Kayla Marie Cron, magna cum laude. William Leon Dodson, magna cum laude. Jessica Ann Downing, summa cum laude. Sarah Atkins Earl, magna cum laude. Zachary O'Neill Ellis, summa cum laude. Christopher Michael Emery, summa cum laude. Lydia Grace Frady, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Brianna Marie Garris, cum laude. Brittany Alexis Generelli. Brittany Laurel Gilliland, cum laude. Morgan Taylor Ginn, summa cum laude. Thomas Gil Gonzalez, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Jayla Diane Goodwin. Chandler Matthew Gresskamp. Frank Matthew Guida. Jordan Wilson Hahn. Jacob Thomas Helvey. William Cody Huff. Brianna Risay Jackson. LaCourtney Alicia Jackson. Brooke Ashley Jennings. Jeffrey Adrian Johnson. Austin Dakota Kirk. Samantha Georgia Lynn, summa cum laude. Destiny Alexis Lindsay. Lacey Savannah Lindsay, magna cum laude. Savannah Elizabeth Looper. Ella Ray Ludke, magna cum laude. Ashton Celeste Marler. Gabrielle Nicole Martinez. Kelsey Lynn McNeil. Megan Ann Menezes, magna cum laude. Adam Michael Mealy. Chandler Wyatt Mills. Jordan Mackenzie Mixon. Holly Ann Molman, magna cum laude. Haley Campbell Moon. Lauren Camise Moses. Catherine Elaine Owens, magna cum laude. Jack Stewart Postich. Joshua Taylor Powell. Timothy Tyler Powell. Shelby Lynn Rataco, magna cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Lindsay Nicole Rivers, magna cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Jamila Russell Robinson, magna cum laude. Misael Rostro. Kelly O'Neill Roth. Jacob Zachary Russell. Audrey Ann Salida, magna cum laude. Stephen Joseph Seiler. Vincent Joseph Sims, cum laude. Sierra Asha Singh, cum laude. Brittany Tamagier Stokes. Marquez Deshaun Sullivan. Kristen Renee Tabanera. Margaret Louise Hopkins Taylor, magna cum laude. Taylon Raven Temple, cum laude. Mariella Alejandra Tovar. Dylan Lee Tyler. Philip Andrew Van Ostel, summa cum laude. Austin Joshua Walker. Austin Lee Waters. Jalen DeBatana Whistler. Shaughnessy Nicolette Whitmire. Caroline Amelia Wilkerson. Carson Olivia Yates. At this time, we have 3 students that have earned an associate's degree from Greenville Technical College. Ms. Wanda Clark, the Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs of Greenville Tech, is here to award these degrees. Stacy Minton is receiving an Associate's of Science degree. Holly Molman is receiving an Associate's of Arts degree. Will Rayleigh is receiving an Associate's of Science degree.
Would the class of 2014 please rise? At this time, as the principal of Brashier Middle College Charter High School, I certify that you have completed all of the requirements placed before you by the state of South Carolina and our charter. And as a result, it gives me great pleasure to declare you, the class of 2014, graduates of Brashier Middle College Charter High School. You may move your tassels. Please join me in congratulating.
Thank you all, friends and family, for coming tonight to celebrate the many achievements of Brashier graduating class of 2014. Today, we, the senior class of 2014, graduate from high school and begins new chapters in our lives. We are very excited to have reached the moment that we've been preparing for the past 13 years of our lives. These past 4 years have been very memorable for each of us. All of our graduates are very blessed to have had wonderful teachers, friendships, and family that supported us through our entire high school career. We should thank them all for everything they have done for us. With their support, we have all grown both individually and as a Brashier family. It will be extremely hard for us to part today, thinking about all the wonderful times and the difficult times that we have gone through together. And the fact that some of us may never see each other again makes this moment even more endearing. Yet, we have to let go of our recent past in order to move forward to a new chapter in our life. We should accept these challenges with as much excitement and enthusiasm as possible. From this moment on, we will live our life on our own terms. When we leave here today, we should take all that Brashier has taught us and share with the world. Congratulations to the class of 2014.